Are now saying that a 1-month-old infant can start to interact with a computer. Here at this nursery school, 3- and 4-year-old children are working very well with computers. Indeed, sometimes it seems that children work better with computers than adults do. Today, we take a look at computers and kids on this edition of the Computer Chronicles.
The Computer Chronicles is made possible by Leading Edge, makers of IBM-compatible computer systems, including word processing with spelling correction, communication software, and Hayes-compatible modems. Leading Edge with over 1,000 service centers nationwide. Leading Edge, leading the way to the information age. Additional funding is provided by McGraw-Hill, publishers of Byte. Byte's detailed technical articles on new hardware, software, and languages cover developments in computer technology worldwide.
Welcome to the Computer Chronicles. I'm Stuart Chaffee, and with me this week is George Morrow. George, I've got some computer newsletters here. These are not written by Esther Dyson or Jan Lewis. These are written by a teenager in New York, and as it says on the masthead, this thing is called Kids Computer News, by kids, for kids. George, we're talking about children and computers today, and we've all seen the fascination that kids have with computers.
Microfocus, creators of visual programming tools for software development, is pleased to provide major funding for the Computer Chronicles, the story of this continuing evolution.
Welcome to the Computer Chronicles. I'm Stuart Chaffee, and this is Gary Kildall. Monsieur Kildall, est-ce que je peux avoir $1?
You got me on that one.
What I was asking you was, would you lend me $1? Only I was using the French language to communicate to your brain, your computer, and I guess you're programmed in the English language, so you didn't perform the program the way I hoped you would, and you didn't give me the $1. The point of this little story is that our subject today is computer programming languages, Gary, and of course there are many languages you can program in, just like there are many languages we can speak in. Before we talk about these different individual programming languages, I thought you might explain the different levels of computer language.
Well, there are 3 major levels of computer programming languages that sort of depend upon your level of sophistication, what you're going to use the language for. The lowest level is what's called machine language, and that's the language the machine understands, the ones and the zeros. The next level up from that is what they call systems languages, and the languages like the programming language C would be in that category. And those languages are used to program applications such as word processors or spreadsheets. And then the third level, the highest level, is what called an application language or an end-user language. And those languages like Fortran, COBOL, Logo, so forth fit into that category. And so we'll get a chance today to talk about some of those languages and see how they're used.
Okay, indeed. We'll see a demonstration of COBOL, Forth, Logo. We'll talk about Pascal. First, though, let's try to understand a bit better this problem created by having so many different programming languages.
This
multilingual keyboard can perform the tasks of interpreter, grammatical advisor, and artist in translating English sounds into Japanese text. The program does for human languages what most computers are incapable of doing with their own languages. Because machine codes vary from one microprocessor to another, the same programming language cannot be shared by 2 different computers. For example, Apple BASIC is not IBM BASIC. A language customized for one machine will not run on another. Like their human counterparts, computer programming languages differ in structure, syntax, code, and even symbols. But the lack of standard transferable code puts the programmer at a time-consuming disadvantage. After learning to write a program for one computer, he must rewrite it for another. Because of a computer's wide range of applications, languages are specialized.